Hello, my lovelies. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're all okay. I hope everybody is well. I nearly forgot it was Thursday today. I had the shock of my life this morning. I did actually jump when I opened my front room door and my husband was there. I forgot it was Wednesday. So normally he goes back up to London on a Tuesday and comes home on a Thursday night. But for some reason, I know, something to do with work, he went up Monday and came home last night. Well, normally I'm so used to him not being here on a Wednesday. I just walked in the house earlier from the shop and he was there. And I was like, what the hell are you doing home? I'm completely confused with my days. Does anybody else get that? Not necessarily husbands being home, but just randomly getting your days all muddled up. I'm complete tears at the moment. I have no idea what day of the week it is. Apparently it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday night and we're going to do some sewing. What have I got to tell you? We have had a really productive day in the shop. Really productive day. We've got loads of stuff on the website. We've had a clear out of old boxes and stuff that we found stuff in. We've even started cutting and prepping ready for the next sewing street, because we've got to get early with that this time because we've got Malvern. I'm off for a couple of days next week because I'm having my op on my nose. All sorts, and then we've got Malvern, and then before we know it, it's going to be another sewing street. So, and then we've got birthday challenges and all sorts to get ready. So we started prepping for October's already. Well, sorry, I just got distracted by Catherine's little comment there. Let's say hello to some people. So hi Belba, hi Liz, hi Eileen, hi Lynn, hi Marlene, hi Catherine. So Catherine's put a lovely pattern up there, a comment up there about the Lewis and Irene Winter's Moon range. It's incredible. A little sneaky peek. Can you see that just there? I've just been using it. That's for a sewing street sample for October. That's a new FPP that we're going to be doing. You can just see it just in the corner there. And I've used the Winter Moon on that. It's stunning. Absolutely stunning. It's got like a pearlised finish. I'll show you the fat quarters very quickly actually before we get going. I've got just a few of the fat quarters here. It's got this pearlised finish to it. I don't know if it's going to show up. It's so beautiful. I've just literally, that new block, I've just finished it off using the Winter's Moon. So thank you, Catherine, that you gave me a perfect plug for Winter's Moon without even knowing about it. So Winter's Moon is still all on the website. I think we've got all of them still in stock because we had the whole range. But it's just, I mean, look at that. Look at this. You can see I've cut into this fat quarter. Look at these. They're just beautiful. And all of this is pearlised. It's so stunning. Absolutely stunning. There's little hares, there's all sorts, there's stags, all sorts going on. So Catherine, show me what you've been making, lovely. Put a picture, I don't care if it's not finished, pop a picture up on Gig List for me, what you've been doing. I'd love to see it. Hi Ali, hi Claire, hi Joyce, hi Jackie. Hello my lovelies. Lots and lots of you coming online. So yeah, you're gonna have to wait for that one though. That's not launching until the end of October. Well, 25th of October on Sewing Street. But I'm really excited about it. That's one block. But I'm really excited about what 4 blocks would look like and what the secondary patterns are going to be. So there's that. I've got 3 new FPPs launching on the October Sewing Street, October 25th. It's also John Scott's anniversary show, which ties in with our 10th birthday, and there's going to be a giveaway. Not only for his anniversary, but we're doing a giveaway because it's our 10th anniversary as well. So yeah, that's going to be a really good one. Talking of things to watch, obviously I'm here now. Sarah's back at 1 o'clock tomorrow, but then we've got Secret Sewing Club on Sunday, 2 till 4. Don't forget to tune in for that as well, okay? Because I'm going to have we've been sorting out lots of stuff today and there's going to be mega bargains on Sunday. So keep an eye on that as well. Hi Jean, hi Grace, hi Patricia. Hello my loves. Lots and lots of you coming online. That's fabulous. So we're going to flip over to the overhead over here. What we're going to do tonight, again, I'm on a bit of a Christmas kick. Okay? We're going to make these little cutlery holders, which I've got a little secret pocket here in the front. Now, it's something that we do as a family. We do table presents. So I always do a little present. It's always, sometimes it's a book, sometimes like last year we did dice. All my kids are into like Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons and all that type of board games. So they use like D20 dice, all these beautiful dice. So I bought them all really funky dice. And I thought it could be a really nice way of doing a table present. So you could, there's a little pocket on the front here and you could put a little present in there. It doesn't have to be a present if you don't do table presents. It could be that you don't like to do crackers because, kids or dogs or whatever don't like the bangs. You could put your paper hat and a little cracker present and a little joking all in there. You could fold up your napkin and put it in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some of these tonight. And we're also, I've done on this one, I've done a little bit of coordinating fabric and a decorative stitch on there on my sewing machine. I just come to the overhead. I'm going to take the cutlery out. So you can see I've just done a little bit of decorative stitches on there as well, but you can decorate this bit however you want. It could be that you know who's coming for Christmas dinner and you could use your machine, if you've got letters on your machine, to add in people's names and stuff. Carolyn, you permanently get your days riddled up all the time. Lovely. Hi Helen, how are you, love? Catherine, when you finish you will. Got the whole range when you did the long course and you're doing Manx with it. Oh, nice. Oh, I love that idea. Love that idea, Han. So yeah, the other we're actually on the one that I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to put some rickrack and a little bit of ribbon on there. We've got, if you go, actually come back to here a second. I've just put on the website, if you go into the haberdashery section and then pom-poms, rickrack and ribbon, there's some beautiful new giant metallic rickracks in there, which are just scrumptious. There's a mother of pearl one, which is just yummy. But if you want like giant rickracks or Christmas ribbons or anything like that, I've put a load of brand new stuff in there. There's also some new pom-pom trims and all in there as well. So lots of like little haberdashery bits have gone on the website today. So what you're going to need to make these little cutlery cases are, you need you need 2 pieces of fabric. Where's the other one gone? Where's the other one gone? Well, I cut the other one out. There it is. Is that it? No, that's a long piece. Well, where's the other one gone? I just had it here. Ah, there it is. I see it. You need 2 pieces. I apologise. 2 pieces, which are 4.5 inches by 10 inches. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, 4.5 by 10. And you need 2 of those. And that will be this piece here and the back. Okay. You then need 1 piece, which is 4.5 inches by 8.5 inches. Okay, and that's going to make like the front bit of the pocket, this bit here. And then you need 1 piece, which is 4.5 inches by 14 inches. Okay, you will also, if you want to pad them, which I think looks nice, you'll need 2 pieces. I'm using scraps of H640, but you could use real scrappy bits of wadding and stuff up. You need one that's 4.5 by 10 and one that's 4.5 by 4.5. Okay, so first things first, we're going to do something nice and easy to start with, no messing about. We're just going to take the front pocket piece, which is the 4.5 by 8.5. We're going to fold that in half, wrong sides together, like that, and just iron in a really nice, sharp, crisp crease. Okay, and then we're just going to top stitch down there. Okay, so that's all super easy to start with. Hi Marion, how are you, love? You just need to walk the dogs, hoping to catch up before you finish. Ah, lovely. If not lovely, remember you can just catch up at any point. These are on our Facebook page for 30 days, but they all get uploaded to our YouTube channel as well. So now you could use a pretty thread for this or a coordinating thread, whatever you want. I'm just doing a little top stitch on there just to get started. Okay, and then just give that a good press, and then you're going to take your 4.5 by 4.5 inch piece. Now this is a little bit longer than you need it, but we're just going to open that out and we're going to pop that right up into that seam there and press that over. Okay, now I do my top stitch beforehand because I like that flat edge on a pocket, okay, before the padding happens. Okay, you can, if you want a puffy edge, you can put your wadding on first and then top stitch, but I actually like the flatter edge. I think for a pocket it sits nicer. This is fusible, so I'm just going to turn it over and I'm just going to fuse it down this side. Okay, like that. Just get that iron on there. Make sure the iron doesn't touch the bit of wadding that's exposed. Like that. Okay, and then we're just going to trim off any excess wadding. So my desk at the moment is such a mess because I've been sewing since I got home from the shop. It's just this stuff everywhere. I just kind of went like that to move it out of the way for you guys. There we go. So that's my first little front pocket to start with. Pop that aside. Okay. Next thing you want is the back pocket piece. Okay. So we're just going to fold this in half lengthways. This was 4.5 by 14.5. 14, sorry, 4.5 by 14. Okay, and we're going to fold that in half, wrong sides together, and again we're going to make sure we've got a nice crisp edge to that right there down the centre, like that. Hi Sandra, how are you? Lovely. Hi Marion, hello, thank you for joining us. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold this in half lengthways as well. And now I'm working on the fold edge, so again we're just going to give that a quick press just to make that nice and flat. Okay, like that. Now you need to make a couple of markings on these, so grab I've got to find a pen now. Honestly, the state of my table over here is just ridiculous. First things we're going to do is we're going to measure down, so on the open edges, not the fold edge, the open edge, measure down 2 inches and make a little mark like that. Okay, and then I want to measure 1 inch in from the raw edges, not the fold. Okay, so measuring 1 inch in like that, and then we're going to draw a line between the two. There we go, and then we're going to cut up that line. Okay, now I'm going to cut with a rotary cutter, but you can cut with scissors if you want. You don't actually have to. If you're going to cut with a rotary cutter, you don't necessarily have to join with the line. I'm trying to stay in the camera for you, and just cut that little bit off. Okay, and then what you've done there is made kind of that envelope top bit. What we're going to do now is we're going to go over to the machine and we're just going to stitch from this little bit here up to the top. Remember, this is on a fold, so you don't need to go across there, and from this little line up there. So I'm just going from those cut edges. Don't worry about sewing down these long edges at the moment. Okay, so just up there and up there. What we're doing is I'm just using 1/4 inch all the way through this, but you could use edge of foot, it doesn't matter, as long as you keep your stitch seam length consistent all the way through. Okay, hang on, it's gone really dark in here. Let me just move that light a bit, try and get some more light over here. There we go. And then I'm going to go down this side as well. 1/4 inch down that way too. Okay, and back over we go. Well, we've got something like that now. All you want to do is just take off a little bit of the bulk there, so when we turn it through it's nice and neat, and a bit of the bulk there. Okay, and then we're going to turn this through. So how are you all? Are you all okay? Is everybody well? I was busy watching Gail just before I came on. She's got so many good hints and tips. Gail from Endless Thread. So many good hints and tips for blanket stitch. I learnt loads. I didn't know, and I've done a lot of blanket stitch, I didn't know about the changing the top tension. I thought that was a brilliant little tip. Right, I'm just eking that out. There we go. And then we're going to give that a press. So line all those edges up again, like that, and press out that side, like that. And then again with that one, just roll that seam out and give that a good press. Okay, so now we want to top stitch again, and again, don't worry about the long straight sides. We're just going to top stitch down here, across there, and across that side. Okay, so you're just going to do the 3 sides of that. What's that? Half hexy, isn't it? It's a half hexy shape. You've moved the camera onto the sewing machine. Oh, sorry. What have I done? You moved. Oh, I have moved the camera. It's fallen. Right, hang on. It's moved, hasn't it? Hang on, this right. I'm gonna have to wait for it to catch up with me so that I can. This one's a little bit dodgy. I need to get a new bracket for it because it's. Oh, no, that's not right. Sorry, guys. There. Is that no? That's too far. Come on, stay. No, it doesn't want to stay. Come on, behave. Right. Let me just leave it there for 1 second and let me see if that's about right. Right. Hopefully that is in the right place now. I'm just going to be really careful. The bracket keeps moving, so I need to get a new clamp for it. There we go. So I'm going to go up that edge there and just top stitch all the way around, going that way. I'm sewing slowly so that there's no vibration, so this camera doesn't move. And down that edge there. There we go. Okay, that's okay. Right, gonna leave it there. I'm gonna slowly back away from it. Hopefully it doesn't move again. And then we're gonna give that another press. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to flip this over like that, so sort of in line with that bit, you know, the angle, like that, and give that a nice press, just so you've got a really nice strong line there. Okay, and then that bit is going to go to one side. So far you've got a pocket piece, which is going to go like that. And then you've got this is going to come over, okay, like that. So pop that aside. Now we're going to take the 4.5 by 10 inch piece, and if you're going to do any decoration, you want to do it at this point, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is just going to put it onto the H640. If you haven't got H640, any wadding and a bit of spray based is fine. It's just I happen to have some little scrappy bits from the last few demos, so I was like, I'm going to use those up. But any bit of wadding is fine. I really like these fabrics. This is, I can't remember what range it is. It's on the website. Let me see if I've got it on the. Oh no, it doesn't say on the salvage either. That's annoying. Just seeing if I could see it. I worked out. Yeah, can't remember what it's called. It's on the website definitely because it's brand new into the shop. It's a really pretty, with these really cute little snowmen and everything on it. You haven't done any sewing for a couple of weeks, Sandra. Work's been too busy. Now you're full of cold. I think I've got a cold coming. My throat is really scratchy. You think I'd be immune from kids' bugs after 20 years? Oh, believe you me, every time I see my grandkids, I get a new bug of some sort. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to decorate this before I start assembling. So on this one, I thought I'd use a bit of this sort of medium-sized rickrack. So I'm going to put that in about, let's have a measure. What's that, about 2 inches down? Yeah, about 2 inches down. I'm going to cut that off a bit like that. I worked out, I think, from three long quarters or fat quarters, you could get at least 6 of these little cutlery holders. So if I know our website's half meters, not fat quarters, but if you wanted long quarters or anything, you can always give us a call and we can do long quarters of things for you. And then I've got a little bit of red ribbon because I thought that just picked up that bit of red and picked up the sort of the stripes as well. And I'm going to put that right across the centre there, and we're going to stitch that down all together. And I just thought that's quite nice, a sort of snowy look. Because I do like a bit of rickrack. I'm quite fond of rickrack. I'm going to put a couple of pins in just to hold that in. Like I said, how you decorate these, entirely up to you. It could just be you leave them plain. It could be that you just add a bit of Christmas ribbon across there. You could add just decorative stitches. You could have people's names. You know, I just thought, oh, a bit of rickrack. I like a bit of white rickrack. So I'm going to stitch that down now, okay? So I'm just going to stitch right across the ribbon, which will hold the rickrack down as well as the ribbon across there. So, yeah, I was saying to Sarah earlier, my throat's really sore. I think I'm coming down with a cold, which will just be great because my husband and I are supposed to be going away this weekend. So I would probably have used a red thread. I just thought I can't be bothered to change it right now because it means I've got to rethread and everything. But with this, you probably should use a red thread or something like a gold thread or something that's a bit, or silver, something that's a bit prettier than just a plain white thread. There we go. So I'm going all the way down there. Yeah, I'm extra snuffly and my throat's sore, so I sympathise, Sandra, because I think I've got the same cold coming. It seems to be doing the rounds at the moment. Everybody seems to have it. All the way down that one. Just 2 lines of stitching. I could have done a decorative stitch on that, couldn't I? If I'd have done a decorative stitch over the ribbon, that would have worked too. I could have done a really pretty stitch on there. But it was just a way of decorating. Just whatever you feel like doing. Okay, so just going to give that just a gentle press, and then we're going to trim off in line with the edges. There we go, there and there. And there we go. Now we can assemble the whole thing. So got this face up, okay, whatever you want your decorative thing to be face up. Then we're going to put your pocket with the flap down next, and I'm going to line up on this bottom edge down here. Okay, so I'm going to line that up like that, and then I'm going to put the padded pocket front on top of that like that, and I'm going to leave the flap facing up for now. Okay, and then you want your back. Okay, now your back it could just be a piece of calico. I'm just using a piece of the same for now, so I'm going to sandwich that all in together like that, and you do want to pin this. Okay, so let's pin the top up there and there, and then let's put some pins down this corner as well. Make sure it's all staying together. A couple more pins. So how have you all been? Apart from Sandra, who's got a poor cold, bless her. Are you all okay? How's everyone doing? Okay, now I'm going to leave the gap right in the top here. Because of all the thickness here, I don't want to leave my turning gap at the bottom. So I'm going to leave it up at the top. So again, as always, I'm going to mark it because I will forget. Okay, so you want a good 2-inch gap or so there. Okay, so I'm going to start stitching here all the way around like that and stop there. So I've got a turning gap at the top. Okay, is that machine camera stayed right? Hopefully it has. These are super quick little make. You could quite easily do these, in 20 minutes, half an hour once you've cut them out. As long as you're not doing any really complicated decorating. If you're doing craft fairs and stuff, it's these would be a nice, quick, easy little make. All the way down that one. I'm going really slowly because I've got one stitch too far. I don't want the camera to move. Gail, you're shattered. Oh, bless you, hun. Did you get all your packing done from Sewing Street? We managed to get ours finished today, so they're all being picked up tomorrow, which will be good. Sandra, you had to do an hour's talk tonight on health and safety despite having no voice. Oh, bless you. Oh, that's no fun at all. No fun at all, lovely. Yeah, I imagine your throat's really sore now. I took some extra paracetamol just before I came on because I was like, yeah, it's scratchy. There we go. There we go. Up we go. Yeah, Gail, I need to see you at some point, lovely. We need to sort out Melbourne, what we're going to take and everything. What you need, what extra bits I need to take, shelves and stuff. There we go, nearly there, and then I'm going to just finish off here. And then back stitch, so I've got a nice little turning gap there. You did, it was really busy. That's amazing. It's such a relief, isn't it, with Sewing Street? You think, oh, I'm hoping it's all going to go okay. I'm hoping I'm going to sell some stuff. You do all this work beforehand, and then there's the worry then that it's not going to, nobody's going to buy, or it's not going to get, or you're going to forget what you're doing, like I did, hun. Completely blanked. completely blanked. Didn't help that I wasn't well, but never mind. Right, I've clipped the corners, and then I'm going to fight with this and get it through the gap. Okay, so talk amongst yourselves a minute. Pop in on Friday? Lovely. Yeah, that's good, Han. That's good. I'm hoping to be gone by about 2 o'clock on Friday because we're going away. So, but if you're about during the morning or lunchtime, that'd be good to see you. And we could just talk over Malvern a bit. Right, get through. Come on. Fight with it. Get it through. Get my hands in there. Come on. Doesn't want to pull through. Hang on, that's because it's turned itself. There we go. Right. Get your fingers right down into the bottom. This is where you need a turny tool. Got it. And unfold it. This is the worst bit. This is the worst bit. Oh, I know, Gail. Honestly, I'm pretty good with the demos normally, but my mind just went completely blank. Completely blank. I couldn't remember what I was doing or what I was supposed to be doing. I couldn't remember which way to turn the zip. Just blank. Absolutely gone. Right, there we go. Push those corners out there. And hang on, just get that in there. Really trusty old plastic knitting needle. I love that. Love it for turning through. And then top corners there. And that one there. And we're nearly done. Okay, so right, let's just move all these bits off my mat. Get rid of those pins. Oh, where did you come from? I haven't used you for ages. And then we're going to give this a really good press. And then the last thing is just to put a little fastener on it. So give this a good press. Turn that down there like that. Give that a, come on, straighten it up and give that a press. And then wiggle all that, tuck in those ends there, and I will hand stitch that closed because I think it would be neater. You could top stitch round if you wanted. I suppose you could start here and top stitch all the way round, but I think for me, I'm going to hand stitch that closed just to make it nice and neat. There we go. There. The more you think about it, the worse it gets. Blind panic. Absolutely. Absolutely, love. It was blind panic. I even read the pattern. I grabbed the pattern off Stuart and I was just like, no, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I genuinely just could not think of it. Right, all I'm going to do is just pop a pin in there now just to remind me to close that up. Okay. And then you can put a little whatever you want on to close. Now, it doesn't actually really need a closure, but I'm going to put a cam snap on there because I think that'll look nice if I can find the cam snaps. Oh, I know what I was going to show you guys. Has anybody, where's it gone? Where's it gone? I know where it is. Here. Has anybody got one of these? I found this in the back of my cupboard when I was looking for something else. And I have no idea how to use it. Has anybody used these? They're like metal poppers with coloured, I obviously bought it, but there were no instructions with it. They've got like coloured bits on them. And I think they're like cam snaps, but metal ones. But nothing seems to fit in. I don't know which bit fits into which bit. So you've got like caps, I think, which go on. If anybody's used one of these and knows how to use them, or if you've got a YouTube that I can follow, please do let me know because I've got not a clue what I'm doing with these. That's obviously why they've sat in my drawer for ages. Anyway, we're going to cam snap this. So I'm going to put, I think, a red one on there will look good. Should we go red? Well, it's not quite the right red, is it? Green then, maybe. Green? Oh, or do I want a white one? No, I'm going to go green. I'm going to go green. It's not quite the right green, but it's better than the red. So I want one of those, and where's the other type? Come on, oh, typical. Can't find the right ones now. There it is. One of those, and two spiky ones. You have some, but never worked out how they work. Me neither. Used them years ago doing leather work. You have one, but don't know what to do with it either. I'm going to have to find a YouTube video, aren't I? I'm going to find a YouTube video, and then we'll do a little demo with it so that we can all work out how to use it. So, oh no, that's not what I want. I want my pokey tool. Oh, would a white one have been better? Would white have been better? No, I'll go with the green. So, first things first, just on the flap bit, I'm going to put a hole through it, pokey tool through there, like that, and put my spiky bit through first, like that, and then take off the very top bit, because you know I swear by this. There we go, very top bit. Those are my old scissors, by the way. They're knackered, so don't worry about that. And then I'm gonna squish that one. See, cam snaps I'm fine with, but those other things, no idea. So I will bring them, and well, I'll try and work out how to do it. There we go, and then that's going to go over, and I give that a press so that I've got an idea where it's going to go through. There we go, I can see. Oh look, it's right on that little leaf there. Haha. Put a little hole through that one, and put my spike through that way, like, come on. That. Oh, my husband's cooking tea. I can smell it. It's a nice treat for a Wednesday. And again, take the very tip of that snap off, like that. That one goes on like that. And then, hang on, get that in place. And press, squeeze hard. Bring them to the shop. I will do. I'll bring them to shop on Friday, lovely, and you can show me if you know, Gail. That'll be brilliant. And then I can show these lovely ladies, because we've all got them and no idea what to do with them. Oh, that thread's messy. Just get rid of that thread there. Here we go. And then that's going to go over like that. And there is my little cutlery holder. Okay, so you can put your cutlery in like that on the Christmas table. Nice and neat. Hang on, let me just get rid of all this out the way. Put your cutlery in there. You could also fold your napkin in and slide that underneath as well. I think, we did it ages ago. We did some self-binding napkins, cloth napkins, so they're reusable. I might redo that at some point actually, because they're a nice, easy little make. But you've got a little sneaky hole, a little pocket here, like that, and you could put a little present in, or a joke if you don't want to do crackers. You know, you could put your joke and your Christmas hat and all that sort of thing in there. Or nothing at all if you don't want to. You know, you could just leave it at that. There we go. So I think they're really cute, depending on how you decorate them, how you put them all together. You know, use different fabrics, but nice and easy to do. That one's actually turned out slightly bigger. That's because this was the prototype. But yeah, I think that would be lovely. And if you know who you've got for Christmas dinner, I think it would be nice. You put their names on them, or on the flap maybe here. You could embroider them. Use those if you've got an embroidery machine. Use that. If not, use the letters on your machine if you've got them. Or you could, even just an applique initial or something, or free motion, just free motion embroidery initial or something on there. Just a nice little way of using some Christmas fabric scraps up and decorating up your Christmas table to dress your table all pretty. Okay, you can make a hat so you can reuse them. Yes, yeah, that's a really I've seen a lot of. In fact, I think Sarah did one back couple of years ago. She did a reusable Christmas crowns, so you could roll them up and put them in there, couldn't you? With I'm sure if you Google Christmas jokes, you could print some out and put in there a little dodgy little plastic. What's that fish that they always have on your hand that ends up in crackers? Something like that, rather than crackers, you could do a little present. I'm going to make them and have them on the table and put the boys' table present in there. So that's it for me tonight. Relatively quick one for a Wednesday. We normally go on a bit longer than that, but it's a really nice quick little make. I'm just going to hand sew that little bit up, and then I'm going to make them all. I'm going to make them all different, I think. I'm going to go through my stash and find all my Christmas fabrics, make them in all different, so my table's all eclectic. That's a big word for me, on a Wednesday night. You're very welcome, guys. Sarah's here. Don't forget, Sarah's here tomorrow at 1, and then we've got Secret Sewing Club on Sunday from 2 till 5. And we're gonna have lots of bargains because I've cleaned out a load of stuff and found lots of bits that I need gone. So I'm gonna have some mega bargains on Sunday, and lots of demos and stuff and all as well. Don't forget, we've got that lovely winter moon fabric that Catherine was talking about, that I've been using, that I was showing you at the beginning. And there's lots of Christmas fabrics on, so have a little look. Scratch card in the pocket. Oh, Gail, I like that idea. Oh, how cool would that be? You get like just the cheapy pound scratch cards, can't you? And pop all that in there as well. Is it glam dress up party for the 10th birthday? Oh, I think it's a little bit glam. I will be a little bit glam. I mean, you don't have to be super dressed up, but you know, I will definitely make an effort. Right, my lovelies, take care, and I will see you on Sunday for Secret Sewing Club, and Sarah's back at 1 o'clock tomorrow. I can smell my dinner's cooking, so I'm going to go. Have a lovely evening, my darlings. Bye.